We should have a post show to this show.
Yo, yo, yo! What's happening, everybody? Oh, yeah. I've been waiting so long to debut that music. That was recorded a few months ago at my buddy Jim's place down in, well, I won't give away the location, top secret location. And I've been waiting a long-ass time to debut that music. Was originally supposed to go up on the launch of the wrestling channel back in April, or late March, I guess, last week of March, which then got moved around and switched around and changed, and now is being used as the intro for So Dagan Wrestling, which debuted our first episode today. Guys, if you knew or you didn't know, today is my birthday, so kind of late minute, not last minute, but late minute. Kind of decided, hey, it would be fun to hop on here and do a stream and test out the other channel, my main channel that I've been using for quite some time now, over a decade or so. And I figured, hey, might as well do a birthday party stream and bring a few people on as well. So there's a couple folks joining us here already. And the first of which is our co-host for this evening, if he can get his technology to cooperate. And it's a very, very good friend of mine. I'm so very thankful that I got to meet this guy over the last couple of years through the community here, the former Schmodown, whatever you want to call it. This is my good friend, Matt Munoz. Matt Munoz, what's going on, man?
What's up, Dagan? Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, man. We are live from Madison Square Garden right now.
No way. Are you really?
By the background, we are. You see the jumbotron above my head here. We are.
Oh, okay.
We are live
I do see it. But I've been smoking a lot of
the
weed.
garden. So,
hey, I don't think you're live. Are you live on YouTube?
We're live on YouTube right now. Yeah. So if you go to my Twitter,
so. Not on So Dagan Wrestling.
No, we're on the Dagan Mall.
Oh,
we switched. Right. So the So Dagan Wrestling is primarily for wrestling content. So we're not going to really be doing any other stuff
what channel should I be tuning into?
The main channel right now that you are currently watching, if you are, hey, Adelia, we got Adelia in the chat. She was able to find the show. YouTube.com/@the Mall. So that's YouTube.com/@the Mall. That's TheDaganMall. The Dagan
How is it not subscribed? What is going on here?
I don't know. If you're not subscribed, like, what are you even doing? Like,
right?
Subscribe
to
my channel, guys.
Come on.
But Matt, we are not alone here tonight. We have another very special guest, another very good friend that I was fortunate enough to meet through this whole community. Somebody that knows. I somehow found somebody that knows not just more than Star Wars than me, but more Star Wars. He probably knows more about Star Wars than literally anybody on this planet. There's a couple other people that might give him a run for his money, but this guy is a master of the Star Wars trivia, and it is our good buddy, Brennan Marr. What's going on, Brennan?
No Star Wars fan is funnier.
Hello.
Yes. I would agree with that 100%, Brennan. You have an incredible sense of humor when it comes to Star Wars. And not just Star Wars, but everything.
Hashtag Dedra Panting.
Hashtag Dedra Panting.
Yes.
If you don't know, guys, go over to the Let's Get Ready Network, my former home, and they're still very good friends of mine over there. And check out the clip of Dedra panting, hashtag Dedra panting. If you don't know, now you know, or maybe you don't. So you should go watch the clip.
Now you know.
Now you know. So I have kind of crappy internet out here in the garage. This is the last chance I'm probably going to be able to get to do a stream from this garage because I'm actually moving to my own place here pretty soon.
You hear that?
And I'm single. But yeah, I don't know about streaming there, how it's gonna go. So I have to test it out a couple times first. But this is probably gonna be the last late night kind of here on the East Coast at least stream for a bit. But we will see. We'll see how it goes at the new place. But yeah, it's been really dude, the last few years especially have been absolutely insane with just so much going on. It just blows my mind how it feels like so little has been accomplished, but yet so much has gotten done. I've done so much stuff over the last few years, but just in a different way because of how limited we've been. More than meets the eye. Exactly, more than meets the eye.
You are more than meets the eye, Dagan. You definitely are.
In terms of what has been able to get done, you know what I mean? Brendan, I don't know if you even could even conceive of the idea that you would be playing in the movie Trivia Schmodown, even if it's just First Class or whatever, a few years ago, but pre-pandemic, right?
I had no idea.
Probably always a dream of yours, but you finally were actually able to do it, and not only that, but you won a freaking belt.
Yes.
You know,
yeah, no, Brendan will always be the Star Wars champion.
You hear that, Alex Dana? I'm coming for you.
Oh,
man! Oh man!
I'd pay $100 to watch that.
Oh yeah!
You hear that, Thomas?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm coming for you.
Oh man! Well, Brendan, we might have to we might have to do something about that at some point.
Maybe.
Revive bust out the old trivia, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I don't think it even has to be trivia. I bet they could be who could draw a better Star Wars picture? And Brendan would be oh, right.
Here you go.
Done.
I'd probably
what do you want, R2? Well, then we'll pick a better category.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just been an absolutely insane last few years. You know, when the whole world shut down there. That was what, March of 2020, right? So over 3 years ago now. I had my 30th birthday outside, sitting in a bunch of grass with my dad spread apart with masks on, taking our masks off to
what kind of grass
eat
are we
birthday
talking about
cake.
here?
What kind of what?
What kind of grass are we talking about here?
Oh yeah, good question. No, just the regular the green grass, but
crab grass.
But it was just so weird. It was man, 2020, I'm turning 30. What am I gonna do? What big thing am I gonna do for my 30th birthday? And then I ended up doing nothing because nothing was open. Everything was, the whole world was shut down basically.
Try being 40 and that happening to you, Dagan.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just been a wild few years, but I'm really happy that it's kind of. I was thinking about this today. That for a while there, I felt I had to put on my mask when I went into the store, or even just around other people. And this year has felt like the first time in a while where I feel comfortable walking into the grocery store without a mask on, or having a face-to-face conversation with somebody without a mask. I mean, yeah, if I put the mask on, it probably would still, it would add to the safety of it all. But at the same time, it's I don't feel like it's totally a requirement. You know what I mean? I have to do
definitely not
to protect my health.
But
for some people, yeah.
But think about it. All this chaos of the last couple of years. if none of that had happened, you and me and Kiwi would never have had that incredible episode.
Hashtag dead repenting. There'd be no such thing.
It got awkward really quick.
Yes. I was looking to see if I could load that clip up. I have my laptop here that I can kind of use, but the internet's not.
Yeah, that episode went off the rails at the end. It's one of probably my favorite memory of you, Dagan.
It was a lot of fun.
All three of us getting really silly.
Yeah.
It's like, romance.
I love getting silly.
I love getting silly too. There's like, it's really, if you don't get silly, then what's even the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's ship two characters together that are totally not good for each other, but
it's a toxic relationship waiting to happen there with old Sidra or whatever name I came up with.
Ship name, yeah.
Oh, you guys named him.
How do I?
Apparently we did, yes.
Yeah, they all gotta have a ship name, right? So I think the one we came up with was Sidra.
And Jess had a few things to say.
Yeah.
I bet.
Okay. Let's see if I can load this on my. It's kind of ghetto style with the laptop here, but you'll get the idea.
You want ghetto style?
That's right. You did a short of it.
I did, yeah. Here.
You did a YouTube short of it.
Yeah. Okay. Dedra panting.
He was shaking like a leaf in that scene.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, I hate it. It's a great name for a punk band. Dedra Panting. My band. Check them out. Dedra Panting. The new album.
Yep, it got off the rails real quick.
Just a scenic piece.
It's a great memory. It's what it is.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Or a date that will remain in infamy.
I just got a cease and desist from Adelia DM here. No.
Oh no! Sorry, we drove Adelia crazy. Oh no! Totally unintentional, Adelia.
We love you, Adelia. As I said, I'm still, no ill will towards any of the LGRN folks. Still very good friends with, well, most of them. But Adelia especially is one of my dearest friends that I've gotten to meet through this whole space, and just somebody that I consider, like a sister, basically. Just such an amazing, genuine, just brilliant human being. And
she is.
Just words cannot describe our love for you, Adelia. So there you go. Get sentimental for a second.
So now we're in the long wait for more Star Wars.
Yeah, so
it's like it's so cold be in December.
Well, long wait being what, like 5 months?
That's true.
But it kind of feels.
As you said, you're a Trekkie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
About 3 weeks until Strange New World Season 2.
I actually haven't seen season 1 of that show. I basically out of all the like new Trek stuff, I've pretty much only watched the first couple seasons of Discovery and then Picard.
Picard is good. Picard season 3.
And as I mentioned before, last time we talked, Brennan, like seasons 1 and 2 of Picard, I did not like at all. I was not a fan. I thought that it was just a mess narratively, like too many cooks in the kitchen, too many writers. Like I was very much in agreement with like Dan Murrell's review of the first couple seasons of that show. But I thought season 3 was some of the greatest Star Trek that I've ever seen. Like just unfreaking believable the way they were able to turn the ship around, possibly pun intended, and really like give hardcore, like true, not even hardcore, but like give the real Next Generation fans something to cherish and kind of enjoy for the first time in a while, because it's like, I feel like with Star Wars, say what you want about the sequel trilogy, it feels like, and I think a lot of fans would agree, that it was a bit of a blown opportunity to not have Han, Leia, Chewie, Luke all together on the same, to share the screen again, right?
That's fair.
And then Carrie Fisher passes away, and oh shit, now we can never do that.
Yeah.
But with the Next Generation,
no.
with Star Trek,
Star Trek Picard got to do it. Yeah.
Star Trek: The Next Generation, it was like that for Next Generation fans. It was like, I feel like there was this. We wanted to see all of them in the ready room again, and there was no real excuse not to, considering they're all there. All of those actors all get along with each other. There's no ill will like between like what you have with George Takei and William Shatner. Or anything like that. Is that the stories are true, as they say. I watched a Jonathan Frakes interview where he talks about this, that yes, they in fact all got along and considered each other very good friends, and never really had any, arguments or fights or anything like that. They would always get really super silly on the set, is what he was saying. They would always be joking and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that they were able to get all of them back together, kind of mild spoilers for Next Generation.
And without any spoilers, there's some stuff that happens at the end of this Picard season 3 that if you're a Next Gen fan, you will be an emotional mess.
Yes. It was funny. I was rewatching the season with my dad recently, because he's somebody that, my whole family watching Next Generation when we were kids and everything. And it was funny seeing his reaction in real time, where it was like episode 1 ends. He's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then by the end of episode 4, he's like, this is just absolutely incredible. And we won't spoil it here, but the end of episode 9 in particular was one of those things where, like, I almost get emotional just talking about it or thinking about it, because it's like one of these scenes where it's not sad emotional, it's just emotional.
It's magic.
It's just like, it takes your breath away, really, with how spectacular it is. If you're a fan of this stuff, the way they're able to pull this scene off, it's truly, it's like probably top 5 Star Trek scenes of all time for me. Like top 5 favorite Star Trek, yeah, just in general, hands down. Like out of all Star Trek, just absolutely, man. I can't even believe they were able to pull it off. I'm just like, blows my mind.
Yep. See what else is going on.
But yeah, it's funny that, because we were just talking about like the weight, right? The weight between like Star Trek Nemesis, and then once we got to where we were at the end of Picard, it was like a 20-year gap, And you and I, like, you're mentioning Star Wars. Oh man, we have this like kind of long wait between Mandalorian season 3 and Ahsoka, right? Which is like only like a few months, but it feels really long now in this era of Star Wars just being, pumped out by Disney or whatever.
That's true.
But I feel like we are from the era where, like, remember how long of a wait it was between Star Wars things, like back in the day, pre-Disney,
long time.
Just the prequels, like 3 years, 1999, 2002, episode 1, episode 2, and then 05. It's the 3 years in between movies, like, because Lucas was using the same formula as the originals, which was 3 years.
Not quite the same as 16 years between Return of the Jedi and Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, yeah. So it's just wild to think about these gaps that when, like, you and I were kids, that was something that was very much a thing, and it's not as much anymore. Now we only have to wait a few months before there's another Star Wars thing.
You know what's weird
But-
though that you
yeah.
mention it
Yeah,
is I believe when you and I were kids in the 1990s, there was never a year without Star Trek.
good point.
I think basically from 1987 to 2004, I don't think there was a single year in there where there was not Star Trek.
Right, because
on
you had
television. Yeah.
and movies. Well, yeah, if you include all Star Trek, right? Because we had the start of Next Generation, which was 87, right?
Mhm.
And then that ran for 7 seasons. And in the middle of that, there was Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, right? Which was,
Yep.
what year was that, 88 or 89?
91, I think.
91, right. So we had that in the middle of the 7 seasons of Next Generation.
And then DS9 started before Next Generation ended.
Right, but there was also Star Trek Generations, the movie, which was like
Yep,
right after
1984, yeah.
right after All Good Things, like just
And
a
then
few months.
Voyager was on like almost the exact same time.
Yeah,
as
Voyager,
Deep
and then you had
Space Nine.
DS9, and then later on you had Enterprise,
Enterprise,
And-
you had all the movies, yeah.
and in the middle there, right, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. So it was like, yeah, this period from like 87 to 2004 or whatever you're saying is filled with Star Trek. And then we didn't get another Star Trek thing until 2009. So that
Mhm.
5-year gap, it felt
Mhm.
so long. Remember how long that felt? Because we had so much
It
Star
did.
Trek for so many years.
It did.
What's up, Alex? We got Alex in the chat saying happy birthday. Thanks, man.
Mm.
But yeah, that was pretty crazy to think about. And especially to compare it to like this era of just so much content. It's like a never-ending stream of all these streaming services, and if you include movies too, even movies have turned into almost like an assembly line type of deal, which is why we support that writer's strike, because that's
Yeah.
that's one of those things. And that's like another thing we talk about, delays and waiting on stuff, like how that's going to play out.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to watch, because especially in this era of content after content after content and having it all go out so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And now even with it, however long it's been going on, what, 2 weeks now or something, like that's just going to delay. That's already going to delay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna hit a period again where it's not, I feel like, not as fast and instantaneous with all the content that's being pumped out there. And maybe that's a good thing, because I feel like Hollywood or the entertainment industry in general, I feel like is at this tipping point or breaking point where they really need to kind of just take a breath and pump the brakes a little bit in some regards, like, because stuff is almost getting too oversaturated in a way. You know what I mean?
Arguably, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a lot of good stuff out there, but there's so much of it. Like, there's just so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, where it's like, oh man, I have all these shows that I want to watch and catch up on, and there's just not enough time in the day to get through all of it. Like, everyone's raving about how incredible Succession is right now, and I still haven't even started season 1. So
I watched the first 3 seasons, and that was it for me.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I need a show with a family yelling profanities at each other all the time.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Not exactly my kind of programming. Not exactly my thing.
I hear that.
But a lot of other stuff. But you know me being a big nerd. It's like, if there's something new that I'm gonna watch it, I'll make the time for it.
Definitely, we got Secret Invasion coming up, right?
Yep. Yeah, the end of next month. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's the next big show, and then for movies, it's like
Strange New World season 2 is on the
oh yeah, you were saying,
15th,
yeah.
and then Secret Invasion's on the 21st.
And then in terms of movies, there's like Indiana Jones is coming out, which I hear is.
Next one's got.
I hate to say it, but I have no faith in that movie.
Well, I seem to recall that you and I But I think that the problem right now is that
Oh,
all these
So,
people with these quote unquote early reviews, it's like I really don't
yeah,
care about the early
you
reviews.
can't trust the early buzz on any of this stuff. But at the
Besides,
same
we're like
time,
a month and a half away. It's like
I mean, I
it's
feel
like
like James.
I think I'll just go see it, and I don't really care what any of the buzz is. I don't know.
That's a good attitude to have because then it's easier for you to make your own assessment. I feel like and formulate your own opinion without listening to the internet chatter.
Yeah. hmm Anyhow, but yeah, there's still a lot of interesting stuff
Yeah,
this year, but
definitely.
well,
It's definitely gonna be a very interesting year
it
because
is. Yes.
I feel like last year, 2022 in particular,
Mm.
was like a peak year for a lot of different things.
Oh my word! I mean, talk about we had House of the Dragon, we had Andor, we had The Last
Yep,
of Us.
yep.
Some of the best things I've seen in recent years.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, right.
Particularly Andor. Particularly
If
Andor.
you include like the last year and a half, really,
Yeah, if you go
from
all the
like
way back to like last spring.
spring of 2022 is I think when
Yeah.
it really kicked off.
hmm
Because you can if you trace it that far back, you can include like Star Trek Picard in there and
That's true.
like Mandalorian season 3 and some of this other good stuff that we've got. But like,
Maybe I'm a little biased, but for me, Andor was the best of all of it.
I think so. I think in terms of quality of television, like
Yeah,
overall quality,
Yeah.
probably that. In terms of like favorite or like
But yeah, favorite,
most
that's a whole different story.
most
Right
pleasing as a fan, Star Trek Picard season 3 for me.
yeah, I think
Like,
so. I think
yeah.
that Andor happens to be when it comes to the best quality.
Yes,
I think
I would
there's no
agree.
question. There's no question.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
Favorite, that's a whole nother debate.
Yeah, and then for TV shows, I think
Yeah,
you're right. I
TV,
think
yeah.
it's tough to rank like Andor and Last of Us because they're so different.
That's a tough one.
That's a really tough. I would say greatest single episode of television was probably that Bill and Frank episode from The Last of Us. Though if we're talking like greatest episodes.
Ooh, that's a good choice. That's a good
Yeah, it's a really good one.
I mean, we talked about that on that one episode you and I did.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, wow.
What a story. The way that they were able to tell all that in like an hour or whatever it was, runtime, just like, man. Yeah, that stuff's gotta win. That's gotta win some Emmys. Like,
Yeah, I certainly hope so, and I certainly hope that I was talking to a friend of mine about Andor and the Emmys.
Yeah.
And he was saying that one of the problems he thought is that it's not quite as marketable as like The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Because Mandalorian, you have Grogu, you have things like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he was hoping that the Emmys do not overlook Andor. And I think they won't overlook it. I certainly hope it gets the attention it deserves.
I hope so. And the other
deserve is such a strong word, but
yeah, I think the other issue is that those award shows tend to overlook stuff just because it's like a big name, brand or whatever, right? Like Star Wars. Oh, it's a Star Wars thing, so we can't really. We're gonna give it to whatever instead over that. But
though the one nice thing is that Mandalorian season 1 and 2 both got nominated for a ton of Emmys.
That's true. It's true. That is interesting to note. Yeah. Well, we got somebody else joining us here.
Ooh, what do we got?
Coming into the party. And also somebody that I met through the whole Schmodown community thing. That we've had many a lively debate about Schmodown, sports, all sorts of other stuff over the years. And it is our buddy Andrew. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh, ASG in the house.
ASG. Hello.
What's happening? Yeah, we were just talking about like the award shows and how the Emmys might overlook something like Andor just because of the big brand thing, you know.
Well, I don't know about big brand. It's, like, are you talking about like major categories or like?
Well, that's the big question because you got like Mandalorian got nominated for like in all the categories except the acting categories. Maybe
okay, because I would even think there would be concern of like, yeah, I guess it would be in drama, right? So like,
well, it did get nominated in drama, thank goodness.
so like,
maybe
I don't
Andor
even know
will
what the
get some
competition
acting
is. So.
nominations. I don't know.
I mean, you got The Last of Us.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough year no matter what.
That's the thing. I was arguing that like the Bill and Frank episode of The Last of Us is probably the best single episode of TV I've seen. And like I feel like Nick Offerman's gotta be the front runner for that. I mean, it's just
what for best guest star and
I don't know.
Guess, or just like
do that, yeah.
Because he's not part of the regular cast, so it would be.
Yeah, I guess he would be guest star.
It's kind of a weird category to.
It's weird. It gets really weird.
Yeah.
I mean that category does exist. So
yeah, that's true. And Mandalorian did at least get nominated in that for I think Giancarlo. But as far as like the lead acting, we'll see what happens with like The Last of Us.
Right, and I mean, I haven't.
It's going to be a stacked year. It's going to be.
I haven't watched any of Succession yet, but people are saying that's like up
that
there.
Considered a drama or comedy? I don't even know.
They call it a drama, I guess. So
okay.
Yeah, probably.
It'll probably end up winning.
Is it an hour? Is it a half hour? Is it supposed to be funny? A dark comedy? Is it not?
It's like remember when The Martian?
Barry's a comedy, but it's like the darkest humor like I've ever seen.
Like The Martian.
Remember The Martian getting nominated for best comedy?
Like that 1 year? Yeah.
The Martian actually won best comedy at the Golden Globes.
Why? Because Matt Damon made a joke about potatoes or something? Yeah. Is that why?
Hey, not as bad as The Tourist getting nominated.
Ooh,
for best comedy.
The Tourist. Ooh. Isn't that considered like one of the worst movies of all time?
I don't know about worst of all time, but it was pretty bad.
What movie?
And The Tourist.
With
Angelina
Jolie and Johnny Depp.
I think so.
And Johnny Depp.
Apparently, it's quite easy to buy off the voting.
Yeah, why nominate? Like Scott Pilgrim that year when you can nominate The Tourist?
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it's like Scott Pilgrim's way better.
Scott Pilgrim versus The Tourist. There's a movie fight for you.
Yeah, that year was rough.
It was rough.
Only make the argument for The Tourist to make all the shills of that movie of the Scott Pilgrim, because there's some like pretty like toxic Scott Pilgrim fans out there. Scott Pilgrim's the greatest thing of all time, and if you disagree with me, then fuck you. Like, but I think that that would be the only case I would make for. Well, I'm just gonna say The Tourist is better to make those people mad.
Well, let's see, Dagan. I'm probably gonna have to take off in a minute.
Gotcha.
Happy birthday! I'm glad I could join.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
thank you,
Brennan. You got choice of 2 out of 4 movies, 2 of which were nominated for best comedy or musical, 2 of which were not. Your choices are The Tourist, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Burlesque, and Easy A. Which 2 of the 4 you going for?
Oh, I'll take Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, and which other one?
Oh, that's I don't know. Easy A.
I never saw Easy A, so that'd probably be my pick.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, Easy A is a great Emma Stone comedy.
Yeah.
Sort of her first big thing.
That was during the Stone-assance there, where you had Super Bad and Easy A and trying to think what else she did. Right. I mean, she did La La Land, but that was a little later.
Yeah, this would have been like the early days. Yeah.
Yeah, like late 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys. Are you about 2 right now, Brendan?
Yeah, I'm headed out. So
okay, you have a good one. It's always good talking to you, Brendan. I'll be right back.
Good
Later.
to see you, ASG.
All right, Matt's taking a brief break. Brennan, thank you so much for joining us, man. We have plans to do some content with Brennan here, probably on this channel, the one you're watching live right now. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have some fun stuff planned for sure down the road.
All right.
This summer is gonna be fun summer here.
This summer.
Yes, this summer, Brennan Moore returns to the Dagan Mall.
Mhm.
There you go. Good teaser.
Well, good to see you guys.
You too, man. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, so I think we got to talk some sports, Andrew, because
Okay.
I have been
Okay.
following.
This is where I go. It's May.
Right.
No.
So I've only been like following the scores for the NBA Finals. Have you been watching any of that?
Very, very little.
Okay. Because I
I'm
just
not a basketball person, so
yeah, I'm not really either, but I did notice like it stood out to me that that both conference finals are 3-0,
oops. Yep.
looking to be potential sweeps. That's kind of crazy, especially since one of those teams is the Lakers, and they're tied 102 to 102 right now against the Nuggets. Lakers is live at the moment. There's 5 minutes left of the game. I think Adelia is probably going to be jumping out of her
She's
seat
definitely watching,
if the Nuggets pull this off. I kind of hope it's a sweep, only for the sake that AEW Dynamite on Wednesday would be running head to head if they go to a Game 5. But if they get it done, then there's no competition in the ratings for Dynamite. And fuck
whatever
LeBron
works
and fuck
for you.
the Lakers. So Denver hasn't been in the finals for quite some time. Ever. Right. This would be their first. They seem like they're probably
They were
gonna win.
saying like, well, the Rockies have at least made the World Series, and so this would be
Yeah.
the first one.
It's like
They
saying,
were
the
asking
Broncos.
like,
Well, the Broncos won the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. Like, yeah, it's a different sport.
He's like, are you happy about what, are you looking forward to winning this for Denver? And he's like, nah, I'm about the team. Denver.
Right. But like, you gotta admit,
he says this game's making me nervous as hell.
Okay, yeah. Colorado, like the state of Colorado, has had a very good last few years for sports, though. I mean, not so much the Broncos. I guess when was their last Super Bowl win? Like 2017, 18, somewhere in there, maybe a little before. So whatever that one with Peyton Manning.
Whatever Peyton Manning won.
Yeah. Adelia can tell us. I think it was like
he was
like 2016 or 2017.
The team was really good, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, with the defense, the Denver Broncos defense won the Super Bowl that year. But yeah, you had like the Colorado Avalanche winning last year, Nuggets potentially winning finals this year. The only real team that stinks is the Broncos haven't been good for a few years, but the Rockies, the Rockies suck. That's not gonna.
I mean, with the other teams, there's hope. Yikes. With the Rockies, it's just
no. There's no hope there. I mean, there might have been a glimmer of hope when they had like Nolan Arenado or whatever, but
I mean, their ownership is like, we're trying for 500,
right? It's year 12 of rebuild.
But don't worry, we signed Chris Bryant.
So. Right, that'll solve everything.
But and then I thought you'd be complaining by the Yankees. That's why I wanted to say like it's May, just chill.
Oh yeah, no, it's still early, but
Judge is back. Things are good.
Yeah, are they even playing right now? I haven't been really following it as much. I was glad to see they beat Toronto a couple games, but I guess no, they're not playing. They're not playing tonight.
They were winning, then losing, and winning again. So they were in last place, and now we're back to third.
I'm glad they got rid of
the latest that they were in last place, like ever.
Yeah, I was happy with the departure of Aaron Hicks, but
Oh, he'll always have that one home run against the Astros.
That's true. But so did Greg Bird. I don't know where the hell he is these days.
I'd
Some
rather
minor
have
league.
Aaron Hicks than IKF.
Yeah. Well, now when you got guys like, Peraza and, what's his name? The new shortstop. Can't think of his name right now. Volpe.
Yeah.
You got Volpe in there. Like, why do you even need IKF? Can you just like?
Well, that's why he's trying a utility outfield now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bader's back, Judge is back.
Yeah.
Things are good.
We'll see how long it lasts before somebody else gets hurt. All right, Nuggets are up 107 to 102. Everybody was like, can LeBron James pull off the impossible and come back from a 3-0 lead? It's like, no. No.
Well, hopefully not. Well, or I shouldn't even say hopefully
also,
not. I'm not like a hater or anything.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of annoying because like the narrative is always going to be about LeBron when LeBron's in there, right? But like the narrative really should be how fucking good the Denver Nuggets are. Like, for real, they're for real.
Yeah, they've been for real all season. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Like their record, their numbers, back up their winning. So
as opposed to the East, I don't know. An 8 seed getting to the finals is going to be insane.
The Miami Heat, man, like
they were like a shot off of making the playoffs.
Yeah, they had to win a play-in game.
Yeah, that play-in game was close before they started going on their run, so they almost didn't make the playoffs at all.
Something's in the water in Florida because you get the Miami Heat who just eked in there and are now probably going to make the finals, and you got the fucking Florida Panthers, the Stanley Cup playoffs, just blowing through, beating all the best teams, the supposed best teams. Like I'm sure they would have fucking laid waste to the Rangers if the Rangers got that far, because it's like they beat the Boston Bruins, they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, now they're going to probably beat the Carolina Hurricanes. Like what the hell? These like 8 seed teams, man, like you can't never count them out.
Hockey's different. Hockey's right at the right time, and you're good.
It's probably more impressive and more rare that it's happening in the NBA, which it doesn't usually.
Yeah, NBA
usually the 8 seed team of the NBA is just an 8 seed team, but yeah.
Who knows? Maybe with load management these days, maybe that'll become a more common occurrence that like the bottom seeds will start winning more.
Yeah, possibly. I think it's kind of cool. It's like something in sports that I'd like to see more of. Like, yes, hockey, NHL playoffs, like it happens almost every season that there's a number 7 or number 8, so one of these really low-ranked teams that just gets in there, just makes the playoffs like the last few games of the regular season, and then just like tears it up and just makes the Stanley Cup final or even wins. We saw it with the Montreal Canadiens. We saw it with the St. Louis Blues. Now we're seeing it with the Florida Panthers this year. Like, it's pretty crazy how that happens in hockey, like regularly in the playoffs.
Just get hot at the right time.
Yeah, really what it comes down to. Particularly in hockey. Like hockey, I think over any other sport.
Oh yeah, I was specifically referring to hockey of like
getting hot at the very end.
Right. Like
it's always the team like
it don't matter. Just
the rest of the regular season, just throw it out the door. Yeah, like none of the stats matter. You got to just look at the last like couple weeks of the regular season. Just find the team that's doing the best in the last 2 weeks, and that's probably who you should bet on to win the Stanley Cup. So
exactly,
that's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, hockey's a crazy sport, man. I love the Stanley Cup playoffs, even if my team's not in it. Like that one game a few days ago that went like 3 overtimes.
Yeah, I didn't stay up for that.
No, 5. It went 5, almost 5 overtimes.
Yeah, I definitely did not stay up for that.
Because the Panthers scored with 12.7 seconds left in the 4th overtime. It was about 2:00 in the morning. The game started at 8. And man, can you imagine spending like $800 for a ticket if you're a Carolina Hurricanes fan? It's game 1 of the conference finals. All right, we got $800 tickets right there, great seats. You go and you sit there. 2 a.m. rolls around. You're still sitting there waiting for somebody to score, and then they finally do, and it's not your team, and you lose, and you go home very unhappy.
You're like, I guess I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Yeah, for no reason, just because my team lost. I was there till 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I might be able to live on adrenaline if my team won, but
Right. You'd be all pumped up the next morning. Yeah, fuck yeah, we got game 1 in the bag. But you're just so deflated. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, guess I'm calling out.
I guess I'm not going to work tomorrow. The team lost. Yeah. So it seems like Matt is having some technical difficulties getting through here. I'm looking to see if he's like messaged me anywhere, but no, I think he's just.
So what is that concert picture of or whatever you got in the background here?
Oh, that's I think this is from a Fish show at Madison Square Garden.
Well, I definitely see Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, like right up there. Yeah, pulled that up earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna be seeing some shows there this summer and give you a little preview because I'm like gonna start doing more stuff with this channel, like including hopefully some live streams. I'm hoping that what I'll do is do like a live vlog at like a almost daily live vlog from New York City when I'm there. And a few of those I'm hoping I'll be able to like the first one will probably just be like outside the garden and just like walk around and give everybody like a little tour. And then I'm hoping that I can like kind of do a quick live stream when I'm inside the garden, like walking around. And because there's a lot of cool like memorabilia and stuff and like some, it's a very historical venue. So there's a lot of like, plaques and things of like big events or things that have happened there. Like, oh, this like legendary Syracuse Orange game or whatever from a few years ago. What's going on, Matt?
Yo, I don't know why the Bluetooth thing keeps fucking up.
Yeah, some technical yeah, StreamYard's being weird. But
Yeah,
I think it looks fine on the YouTube end of things.
yeah.
But I was
Sorry.
just saying
that
this
is your birthday. We should celebrate. Good shot, ASG.
I don't drink, but you guys are more than welcome to.
Buy me a drink, ASG.
I was just saying, Matt, that I'm going to be doing some live streams, probably from inside Madison Square Garden, hopefully.
Awesome. I'm going to take them outside, okay?
I'm hoping that I can do that without like getting yelled at by somebody like, you can't film here kind of thing. But I think there's certain spots where I probably could. I'd be okay with it. Especially if I was able to do it the last time I was there. I hopped on one of Matt's streams just sitting in my seat. So I can at least like do a live stream when I'm inside, like just sitting in my seat without getting called out by anybody.
Concert, but definitely before the show, you should definitely be able
to. Just like walking around the inside of the venue and stuff, I think would be kind of cool because like a lot of people probably haven't seen the inside of Madison Square Garden, and like there's a lot of like cool stuff in there. I got all the jerseys hanging on the rafters. That would be cool. Like go up there, walk the Sky Bridge. They got the Sky Bridge, which is really cool. That's like way up in the rafters.
I once had tickets for that, but I sold those, so I've never actually been up there.
Yeah, I have a couple tickets for up there. for one of the shows I'm going to this summer that I might end up selling because I ended up getting better seats. But maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just like hold on to them and I'll use the tickets for half the show. I picked 2 tickets for one show. But no, I'll probably pick some. Yeah, right.
Is this game still tied?
I think the Nuggets were.
I don't know if you've seen this product yet. Oh fuck! Let me find it.
Oh yeah, it's 111 to 111 with a minute to go. Oh man.
What game? Basketball?
Yeah, there's a game 4 of the Nuggets Lakers
Oh hell yeah!
conference finals going on. The Nuggets are up 3-0. So if they win this game, they're into the finals.
Lakers are gonna win it. I can tell you right now. It's gonna go 6-6. 6 games.
That's not possible. They'd have to win it in 7, Matt. They're down 3-0.
Well, they have to win 4, right?
They have to win the next 4 straight.
They have to win the next 4 straight if the Lakers win.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen for the Lakers.
No.
Oh, so you're saying the Lakers are going to lose in 6?
I'm saying
but they're not.
Lakers are going to lose it in 6.
Yeah, they're not going to. No, I'm saying Lakers will not lose tonight. They'll lose in game 6.
They'll lose in game 6. Gotcha.
To make as much money as possible. Yes.
For the NBA, yes.
That's right. That's all they care about.
See how many ref calls go in their favor. Well, it's now 113 to 111.
I told you who got Lakers
with about 30 seconds to go.
Go Lakers! Go Lakers!
I'm kind of rooting for the Nuggets, honestly.
I was at the Dodgers store today at the mall, dude. I was like, fuck, I should go to a Dodgers game. I asked him, what's the most expensive jersey in here? And he's like, it's this one up here. And like, he didn't even have it on display. It was literally like 20 feet up behind other jerseys. I was like, what are you doing? If that's the most expensive one, it should be up front. Like, he's like, it's like $500. I was like, well, then put it up front and put $500 next to it. So I know.
Try to sell your best product. Yeah.
Oh, right. Don't hide it up in the fucking ceiling. Idiot.
I guess the idea is that not the one guy that has a lot of money is going to want that, not like the normal paying customers.
Well,
right?
but I mean, at least have it advertised for sale. I couldn't see the price tag of where it was. You know what I mean? He probably needed a fucking ladder to get it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we would. I work for a buddy of mine that has a hand drum company.
Yeah.
Actually, he started with my dad way back in the day, and I still work for him on occasion, like at a music festival or whatever. But he has a full like booth that he'll rent out, like as part of the vendors or whatever. And he has his best, biggest, most expensive drums, like front and center, because it's like, well, the idea is you want to sell your best product, your most expensive product, right? So he'll have like the showcase drums that are right up front. And those are the ones that are like, $500, $600 each. And all the little ones, all the like $100 drums are all in the corner, like up kind of tucked away. The idea is that a customer walks into the booth and they see the nicest one first. And if they have enough money, they keep going, and then they see the next nicest one, right? So they'll want to buy like the first or second one they see. Whereas the people that are kind of shopping on a budget, well, they have to walk through the whole store that has all the nice stuff first before they can get to the one that they can afford, So they're at least looking at the better product before they settle on the lesser expensive one. That's at least what my business model would be. But yeah. All right, let's see. This is probably the time when I'm not watching the game, but I'm keeping track of the score. This would be when they start fouling, right? They do go for a bunch of fouls, but there's 4 seconds left in the game. The Nuggets are up 113 to 111, so I would assume that the Lakers would be fouling the Nuggets right here to try to stop them. and then get the ball back, and make a desperate last attempt. But I don't know. I think the Nuggets have got this. I think they got this.
Well, no, it looks like the Lakers have the ball.
Oh, they do?
Maybe. Oh, and then Aaron Gordon blocks LeBron's 2-foot layup. Game over.
Nice. There we go. So the Denver Nuggets, man, the Denver freaking Nuggets are in the NBA Finals, 2023 NBA Finals. Wow. That is quite the team. That is a hell of a team right there. And their roster, it's not like, like these massive like LeBron or Steph Curry or they got this guy Jokic.
Yep.
Who's really good. And then Jamal Murray, who's a freaking beast. Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon, like guys you would like, you would. Oh, who are some of the Giannis or whoever it is, like your top big star, not these big stars. Yeah.
What they call the big three or whatever. Like.
Right. Which is great because it's like a team like that almost feels more dangerous.
Same thing with Miami. It's like they got Jimmy Butler and who?
Jimmy Butler. The rest of the roster is just built around Jimmy Butler, and they're not like these big stars. You don't have a James Harden or a Kevin Durant or like that. That was the thing with the Nets is like they tried to build this super team with all these guys, and then just Kyrie Irving, and it just didn't work at all.
They were like still winning before the team broke up.
Yeah. So
I've never seen that
deal
before.
Was there.
Like where they're just
how
like,
did a team like that implode like that? I mean, I don't know.
Yes, to do a joke is a 2-time league MVP, could have been 3 times.
Yes.
But it's like it's him and
no, I think what
Butler.
we're saying
it's
is
like the
yes.
rest of the supporting cast is like
it's Jokic and Murray, and then a whole bunch of dudes. Christian Braun, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, like who? Reggie Jackson, not the Reggie Jackson that you may have heard of.
They're called role players. They're solid role players.
Yeah, but they're really good. Like,
yeah,
they're really freaking good team.
You said they're a great team together.
Yeah.
Team.
Yep, the teams that win are usually the ones that work the best together. 38-year-old LeBron James playing 40-plus minutes in every game this series is defending the Nuggets' 2 best players in crunch time. I'm just reading some tweets. Why do people? Why? It's like still all they talk about. So that's the thing. This is the story. LeBron failed. It's all the LeBron show. Oh, this is the end of the LeBron show. Why aren't you talking about the Nuggets? The Nuggets, they're going to be really good, and they're probably going to win.
I mean,
we're not talking about the team that's winning. We're talking about the team that are a bunch of fucking losers.
Forget losers. The Lakers, as we should be happy to be here. Team. They
right.
You want to talk about under 500? This team at the trade deadline, nobody was looking at them to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So congratulations, you got swept by Denver, but you made the Western
the conference finals. But yet the narrative still is all LeBron's a failure.
If you told the fans of the Lakers at the trade deadline they would make the Western Conference Finals, they would say, how much weed have you been smoking?
Yeah. Yeah. So. You think Denver Nuggets are probably a clear favorite going into that series. So, I mean.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Nuggets were the clear favorite.
Although I did remember, I was like, I think the Nuggets got this in the bag if the calls don't go in the Lakers' favor. Because, if the Lakers the thing is, the Lakers. I mean, tonight was a close game, but a few of these games were just like total dominant performances by the Nuggets. And I feel like when it's that much in one direction, the refs can't really do what they normally would in the NBA, which is like try to sway it towards LeBron or whatever. It's just like years and years. It just seems like if it's close, the refs tend to. It's almost like the teams are playing against the refs in the NBA, and I'm glad that you got a team like the Nuggets that are so much more of a better team than the Lakers, and they can just like win and not have any shenanigans. Because that's what I worried about. I was like, oh God, if they too many calls go in the favor of LeBron, like fucking NBA refs, like so. Yeah, first time ever the Nuggets have made the NBA Finals. That's quite something. There's still a few teams I want. Oh, let's see. What NBA teams have never made the finals?
Okay, let's see.
Memphis Grizzlies, Charlotte Hornets, New Orleans Pelicans. Those are like newer teams, though. I wouldn't like the Grizzlies.
Charlotte Hornets are not newer unless if.
Well, they were the Bobcats, so technically, yeah.
Wait, so the previous Charlotte Hornets don't count? Because I don't think they ever made the finals either.
I don't think they did. Let's see. Minnesota Timberwolves have not made the finals.
Yep.
The LA Clippers. That's the big one because they've been around since the 70s. I guess the Nuggets have been around since the 70s too, but the Clippers, you'd think for sure would have made the NBA finals. I don't know. I don't know like NBA history from the 70s.
They were awful until like recently.
Okay. I don't know. I don't really think.
And now they're just underperforming. But like up until Blake Griffin, they were they still are kind of an afterthought in LA, but nobody like talks about the Clippers.
No. So there you go. Only a very small handful of teams in the NBA. What was a list of 6 can now be whittled down to a list of 5.
Dude, aren't the previous Charlotte Hornets are the New Orleans Pelicans now? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Just got confusing because they retook the name.
Charlotte Bobcats did not have a basketball team from 2003 to 2005. And then there's a longer list of teams that have made the finals but have never won.
Oh, for sure.
The
Suns.
So those teams we just mentioned, plus the Indiana Pacers, the Utah Jazz, what was New Jersey Nets, now Brooklyn Nets.
Jason Kidd made the finals.
Right. Orlando Magic a couple times, and then the Phoenix Suns.
If Penny and if Penny and Shaq stayed together.
Phoenix lost about. Why do I feel like the Phoenix they were just in the finals, but they lost to the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks, right? A couple years ago. Yeah, it's funny. I'm not a huge NBA person, but I've been talking about the NBA for the last 25 minutes. Longest NBA final droughts. That's an interesting list. So seasons in between making it and then winning or losing. Ortiz, wait. Because of expansion and relocation, there are a number of franchises that won titles during a different era of the history. The Atlanta Hawks and the Sacramento Kings are two examples of franchises that made an NBA Finals appearance and won while in a different location. Okay. Kings' last victory, the Sacramento Kings, was in 1951 when they were known as the Rochester Royals. The Atlanta Hawks won the NBA Finals in 1958 while based in St. Louis. Interesting. St. Louis with a basketball team way back then. So Sacramento Kings last time
speaking of sports, I don't know.
1951. Yeah.
Imagine like 2-3 weeks ago being just some dude and being like, I'm gonna pay $150 for a lesson from some random golf pro, and then that golf pro finishes 15th in the PGA Championship this weekend, hitting a hole in one. Like,
wow, that's pretty impressive.
Did you see that with Michael Block this weekend?
No.
Yeah, he like qualified as one of the PGA pros, and he was like, yeah, just some like pro who teaches lessons. Like he literally taught like $150 for a lesson kind of thing.
Wow.
And now
he like, hey, I want to learn how to play golf. And then he finished 15.
He finished 15th, which qualifies him to like playing it next year, and he got like $300,000 in prize money.
His name is Happy Gilmore, is what you're saying.
Mine as well. Or no, his name is what was the name of the pro who like had the hand?
Oh, Chubbs?
Yeah, he's basically that guy.
Carl Weathers' character?
Yeah, he's Carl Weathers' character. He's not even Happy Gilmore.
Hey, don't be off that alligator.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was like, I was just being like, he was just getting his own crazy moment just by like being in the last day he got to play with Rory McIlroy. It didn't even matter how long.
I'm on the field with freaking McIlroy right now. Like, wow.
So
yeah, that's quite the story.
Happy news for the weekend.
Yeah, could definitely going to be an ESPN episode about that guy.
Okay.
So I finally I've been using Instagram a lot more recently because Twitter is a burning hellhole that was being run by Elon Musk so far into the ground that even the devil himself dare not make a attempt to interfere. So I've been like kind of sort of figuring out Instagram. The new thing I've been putting up is stories, Instagram stories, which is kind of a weird thing where you put up a thing, like you make a post, and then it goes away after 24 hours. So when people put up stuff that's very, very risque, and then it vanishes into the
God,
ether.
what are you putting up, Dagan? What are you putting up?
No, I was saying just people in general will post. Instagram's kind of very risque in a sense, anyway. But yeah, I've been following all sorts of like people that I know and like celebrities and just all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it's kind of a weird universe that I've just now. So it's funny because I had a Instagram account for like over a decade, and I I didn't even realize it because I just never used it. I used it like the last time I used it was like 2013, and when Twitter was like really in the news for going to shit, I was like, oh, maybe I'll start an Instagram and I'll like start using that because everybody talks
You
about
getting on
how
TikTok?
I am also on TikTok. Yes, so I've been using both of those more than I was since Twitter has been imploding into a black hole. But yeah, the Instagram thing. It's funny because I went to like make an account. And it was like that email is already associated with an account. I was like, what? Really? So I like did the lost password thing because who knows what the fuck my password was 10 years ago. And sent me a thing. And I logged on and I was like, whoa, this post from like a friend of mine's band, like just playing at some bar like down the road or whatever. I'm like, February 22nd, 2013. So there's this huge gap in between posts from 2013 to 2022, October 23rd, 2022. I made this whole thing, first time posting on here, blah, 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 whatever. But it's just funny because, like, there's a post from 2022, 30 weeks. It's like they measure by weeks on Instagram, which is kind of funny. So it's like 30 weeks ago, I made a post. And then before that, 534 weeks. Like,
So it's been a bit.
It's been a minute. But yeah, no, it's kind of cool. There are a lot of boobs on Instagram. I don't know if you are aware of this, but a lot of
I was not aware, but it does not surprise me.
Mostly boobs and food. That's my Instagram. That's at least my Instagram feed. I know you can kind of filter it to other things, but like yeah, memes as well. Boobs, food, and memes. That's like my feed.
Oh, it's the internet. Okay.
There's like, oh yeah, right. It's basically just a version, a one sector of the internet.
All right. Well, unfortunately, it is getting late, and I got work tomorrow. and
Gotcha.
such.
I also have work tomorrow, but we've been
Happy
going over an
birthday.
hour here, so yeah, thanks, man. Good chilling, and I guess I'll give it. Yeah, you have a great night, man. I'm gonna give Matt a couple minutes here to see if he'll rejoin the stream. But in the meantime, I was gonna play this song because I wrote a song. I'm not like very good at guitar or anything, but this might be a slightly attitude, but just bear with me. Anyway, so I don't really play very well, so I only know a few chords. But I think this might be something, so we'll see. All right. Okay. What did let's see. Okay. What did I do to make it go wrong? Did I just take too goddamn long? Was it something I did, something I said? Well, it looks like I just fucked up again. You left me hanging by a thread, and I got left alone instead. Didn't even know what time it was. You never wanted somebody to love. There's gonna be a part where it's like, then I turn back time. Or I turn back time just like a train. Everything stays the same. Oops, I fucked it up. I'll try that part again. So it's like, Turn back time just like a train. Everything stays the same. There we go. No, it never changes. No, no, no. Never change, never change. The morning vanished in the sky. So now all I can do is pass you by. Wondering about all the things that could have been. Looks like I gotta start all over again. So what did I do to make it go wrong? Now all I can do is sing you this song. It's not what I've done or where I've been. Well, I guess I'll probably just fuck up again. There we go. Still a work in progress. All right. Well, it looks like Matt has given up here as well. So I think I'm gonna wrap things up. But I appreciate a few of you that joined us in the live gimmick here in the chat. And what else? I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. I had a very good birthday. It was very chill. I prefer that. I prefer very chill to a lot of hectic, a lot of crazy shit going on because it's been a wild few weeks for me. Like really crazy, all sorts of stuff happening. Mostly good. And so appreciate y'all. And if you're going back and watching this on replay, like that would be hilarious. So props to you if you're doing that. But other than that, I'm probably gonna call it a night, guys. I've been going for a good hour and 20 minutes or so here. But sometimes these things, if you get a bunch of people on, they'll go like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, I'm getting too old for that shit. So gonna wrap it up. But thanks y'all for tuning in. If you guys haven't liked the new channel, well, not really new channel because I've had this channel for a while. But hit the like and the subscribe and all that stuff over there. Go check out my other channel if you want to hear me yell about pro wrestling on the internet. So Dagan Wrestling. We did our first show today. It went really, really well. That's probably going to be it, guys. Have a great night. Cheers.